I want to tell you a story, if you don't mind. My grandfather was killed in World War II. Of course, I never knew him. When I was a young man, my grandmother gave me his decorations, which you guys can come look at here. And she also gave me the flag that was put on his coffin when he was buried in an American cemetery in Epinal, France. And you know, when I was a young man, at that time, I really didn't appreciate what I had. But as I got older and I started asking myself questions about this, who was this man? This is my grandfather. Who was he? What did he do? I didn't know. I didn't have any idea what he did. And so I thought maybe I should try to figure that out. The other sad thing is that I really waited too long, because when I came to this realization, almost everybody in my family that could tell me anything about my grandfather, unfortunately, they had all passed away. I wrote the National Archives, and unfortunately, what I found out was that about 80 to 85% of our World War II era veterans' records were destroyed in a 1973 fire in a National Archives holding facility. So there was nothing. They sent me one piece of paper, which was a company mourning report that was issued by the commanding officer of my grandfather the day after he was killed. From that slip of paper, I was able to get my grandfather's unit, Company B, 48th Tank Battalion of the 14th Armored Division, and I was able to figure out when he was killed, November 22nd, 1944, and where in the Vosges Mountains campaign in southeastern France. What I didn't realize was that little slip of paper was going to take me on a fantastic journey. So I called Colonel Elder. Again, very nice, very helpful. What he told me was that about a week after my grandfather was killed, that company, Company B, was ambushed by the Germans, and nearly the whole company was killed. There were only about 12 out of the 120 that made it out of that battle. And so he said most everybody in the company, including him, was a replacement. And my heart just sank, because I thought, you know, now my pool of people who would have known my grandfather was even smaller. He gave me the name of another soldier that he knew that was on the combat team that was with the original unit. His name was Paul Van Dyke. And I called Mr. Van Dyke, and by this time I had the line memorized. Hello, sir. I'm Dr. Jerry Ritchey from Stillwater, Oklahoma. I'm looking for someone who may have information on my grandfather, Staff Sergeant Samuel Everly Boyden, who served in the Company B of the 48th Tank Battalion. Do you, by any chance, happen to know my grandfather? And there was a pause. And then in this trembly voice, like I have now, Mr. Van Dyke said, yes, I know Sam Boyden. He was my tank commander. He told me everything that I wanted to know about my grandfather. What kind of man he was, what he did, how he was killed, what they were doing. And as it turned out, my grandfather was a hero. As I had gone on this journey, my intent was just to find out something about my grandfather. But I got so much more. I did not find just one hero, but I found hundreds, each with their own stories of sacrifice and service. Not only the men that I talked to along the way, but the names and faces of many that I had learned and read about as I was trying to fill the gaps. We owe our men and women service members both living and dead, so very much. They never ask anything in return, so we have to learn to give. For them, be the best person that you can be the best citizen that you can be, and God bless all of our veterans, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.